Hello all of my multimillionaires and everybody who has time to read science fiction. Today I'm going to review this book, Dan Simmons' Ilium, and it's a kind of a historical science fiction book with a couple of storylines intertwined in it. And if you are interested in this kind of mythological type of stuff, this might be a great book to read. And over here we have a couple of characters and they are not very well, defined or fleshed out. And they don't have, I think, any past to them, which is kind of funny. And the writing has a really great flow in it, in this book. And I read it, I think in a week or something like that, this one. And I've had this book for years now, but I just went back to it and from the start started. And yeah, I have had it for like 4 years, I think, or 5 years, but I never got around to it, and I don't know why. But it was very interesting read in a sense. But I feel that when I reviewed you the Hyperion series, the fourth installment, just a couple of weeks ago, I think I really dig that more. I think that's an amazing book. I think this is good, but it's kind of mediocre for the writer. It's amazing compared to what is out there because there's so much crap, fiction out there. But it's mediocre compared to the writer itself because he has written some freaking amazing stuff. And the next book I'm going to read from this guy is the 2014 book called what was it called? Like Abominable, something like that, about climbing the Mount Everest. And that's not science fiction. And I have only read, these sci-fi books. There's a second book to this series, but I'm not gonna read that. This wasn't so good that I would read another one from the series. And it's kind of, it's about war, and that kind of stuff. So it doesn't really interest me in that sense, the themes of it. But I had it, so just went through it. Yeah, I have been taxing my body a little bit in the couple of weeks, and a little bit too much exercise, and my knees kind of hurt. So I've been just lying around and reading this kind of stuff. I hope the summer comes and we can do more interesting videos again. But during the winter time, it's kind of challenging. So I'm reading a lot. And 700 pages in a week. It's kind of yeah. Man, it's an okay book. I wouldn't highly recommend it to anybody. But if you're interested in this type of mythological stuff and you happen to find, these are cheap. It's great that nowadays you can manufacture something like this for so cheap, because it's like 10 euros for these kind of books, and I think that's yeah, it's great. It's great. But I don't know. There's a picture of the guy Dan Simmons over here, and he has given a lecture on YouTube if you are interested. And he says in the lecture that the world needs one good sci-fi writer. One. And what he's kind of saying is that there are no good science fiction writers. And he's right. He's right about that, because you can't write good science fiction. It's impossible, but you can get pretty close. And the Hyperion series and this series are his only sci-fi books. The other books are kind of horror and thriller, and then kind of, he has written one detective book also. I think it's his newest book. I don't know if the guy has, I think he's still alive, but he's no longer, I think, writing. Man, it's kind of understandable. He had a very, very great career, and all of his books are like 700 pages. Like he doesn't spare words. But doesn't spare words. I write like the birds. I don't spare any words. Yeah. That's Dan Simmons' Ilium for you. Read the Hyperion book. Like, it's amazing. It's just amazing book, you know. Like this one, you can see that he has kind of finished the series. You know, this one came after the Hyperion. He kind of has finished the series, kind of fleshing out new ideas and trying to go into a completely new direction after, you know, hammering out those 4 books. And you can kind of feeling it in this, that he's kind of like, I don't want to be a science fiction writer anymore. Science fiction writer. Yeah, science fiction. Thanks for watching this video and this review. Hope you liked it.